Okay. Hi, welcome to the first episode of the Alternative Zen show. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Jen.
And Alternative Zen is our shop. And so this is the first episode that we're going to be doing a long series, hopefully launching a weekly show, talking with each other, talking to you guys, introducing our products, talking about different ways to manage your stress, different avenues to explore spirituality and natural wellness, and promoting and teaching about the different products that we carry. Do you want to add anything to that?
And just all kinds of different topics in general we'll be covering, such as like depression, anxiety, we'll touch on mental illness, and just the everyday things in life that tend to make you angry or stressed out and you just can't seem to find that little light. We're just going to try to talk about stuff like that.
So instead of just subscribing to one method of thinking, we're actually very open-minded, and so we want to share just lots of different philosophies and lots of different things. We hope that you'll keep an open mind. We understand that not everything we talk about is going to be for you, but we hope that there is something that you can find in our shop or in our show to help you out. Enjoy. Why Alternative Zen? Why do we start this shop? Where did it stem from? And it started with me, and I got fired during the pandemic, and so I started another company. I was in the logistics business. I started another company, but I went through some more traumatic stuff towards the end of 2020, and I was just like, wow, I really need to focus on taking care of myself, on healing. And I was like, this is what I love to do anyways. I'm constantly reading self-improvement books, and I'm into the woo-woo stuff, and I was like, I really want to dive into my spirituality and go down the rabbit hole. So I was like, you know what, I want to devote my life to that, but how can I make money doing it? And it's like, I need to educate people about the products and about the things I'm learning. And I was really timid at first, but then when I told people like Jen, they were, excited for me and like saying, yeah, Nicole, totally. But Jen, I want you to talk about, why you wanted to do this with me.
I was literally, this has been something that's been in my heart and soul my entire life. I've always wanted to be a nurse, but towards the end of that medical career / experience that I had for 10 years, I realized that I didn't really want to be involved in the medical field, that I was more of a holistic type person, and I really admire and like to learn about the healthy ways to help your body and help yourself, help your mind feel better and healthier. And so I was like, I want to be a holistic nurse, but I don't even know how to do that. All I knew was that I was finding new ways that modern medicine wasn't helping me in, and I was using these other things that really did help me tune into my own health and wellness and spirituality and self-improvement and how I dealt with things and situations and how I responded to things. So when this came out of her mouth, I was like, oh my God, I really need to do this with you. Please, let me jump on board. Let me be your store manager. Or can I be your CEO or COO, whatever you call it? I don't know, but I need to do this too, because this is like my life's calling. Like, I love oils. I love crystals. I love everything that our entire shop is providing and trying to educate you and everybody about is really like my life's goal and dream. And I just had to be a part of it. And I'm so thankful that she allowed me to be.
Yeah, and I couldn't do this without her. I'm very much an independent person. I want to do things on my own because I've mostly been on my own since I was 18, and had to learn a lot for myself. And so I was just like, I wasn't sure, but then I was like, I do need help, and I couldn't do this without her. We've been able to launch so quickly. We complement each other so well. We feed off each other's positive energy, and we just have skill sets that complement each other.
Yeah.
But you touched on the whole natural wellness thing, and like, yeah, that for me too. It's like I've been a wellness advocate for so many years, using essential oils, but I was always afraid to like sell them to people, right? It's like, I really do want people just to know that I'm here, just to know that I know what I'm talking about, that I'm using this stuff. I always wanted to
that it works.
Yes, it does work. And I used to be heavily overweight. We'll talk later about all the like health issues that I had, that a rounded wellness lifestyle has helped me change into feeling very fit, feeling very healthy, a lot happier than I ever thought possible. But our why, I mean, I also wanted to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist for the longest time, but going to medical school just wasn't, like, that wasn't in the cards for me. Like, okay, I put myself through college, got my bachelor's, I almost went for my master's in healthcare administration, but it's so hard to, you know, when you're a mom, when you're doing a lot of things, to be a student formally.
Exactly.
So I was just like, okay, well, I can't be a psychologist. When I thought about being a life coach, and it's like, well, then how do I market myself? Like, how do I prove to people that I can help them? It's like, you know what? I don't want to, you know,
have to have a degree and something to back us up when we have a numerous amount of literature that proves what we're doing and what we're trying to educate you about is true, first of all, and second of all, that
things work differently for different people, right? Like, and it doesn't have to be an all at once kind of thing,
right?
But it's just like I didn't feel right, you know, charging people an hourly rate like a psychologist or psychiatrist talk. Maybe eventually that will be something I still do. But right now it's like, okay, I want to help the DIYers. I want to help the people like me
because we're DIYers.
Yeah, we want to help the people that want to take their life by the horns. They want to take charge of their stress, who want to take charge of their life, who know that it is no longer time to be depressed
and sitting in the dark all the time,
right?
And not being able to find any joy in stepping outside and breathing fresh air and looking at the green grass and listening to the birds, because it might seem nonchalant and blah blah blah, but really, if you become a thankful person and just breathe and know that you're blessed to be here and that you're in this universe for a reason, a lot of things change in your brain.
Oh, speaking of reason, I mean, our why, we feel honestly like this is our purpose is to
our calling.
Help other people, like to be leaders of you know, of other people coming out of the darkness, you know, overcoming depression and, you know, and just helping themselves because they've had enough. They've hit their rock bottom and they're just like, you know what, I want so much more. I want maybe what Nicole and Jen have, because we weren't always this way. We had to work so hard for this.
It's a lot of work and it doesn't happen overnight. We aren't just happy-go-lucky people every single day. We do things to push ourselves to be that happy-go-lucky person every day, and it takes work. But once you work it in, and once you realize that, like, it's worth it, life is so much better.
Right. We'll talk at some point. I don't know if we slated it for this show or another show, but, you know, just reprogramming the neural pathways in your brain, you know, stopping your negative tracks of thinking, because we've been there.
So much.
Yeah. So let's, you know, to finish off this section. So for our why, I mean, we want freedom. We were ready to take the leap into entrepreneurship, which takes a lot of courage and a lot of guts. You know, the pandemic just seemed like a good time for us to be able to do that. And I mean, there's never been a better time to have a stress management store, right? Everybody kind of needs it now. We want to be authentic. We don't want to hide ourselves. No. We don't want to, you know, be forced into the pegs that the corporate
social
world has.
norms and the corporate norms that, you know, other companies are stressed about all the time.
I mean, that's stressful enough. Just like hiding yourself, like having to act a certain way in order to fit in at work, in order to get ahead, having to work, you know, overtime every week, you know, and not getting any thanks or praise for it.
Right.
You know, there's just too many rules. We couldn't have our tattoos. We couldn't have our piercings.
We can't. There wasn't. They would always promise you have a work-life balance, but really there was no work-life balance, and so we realized that, you know, once we came to the conclusion that this is, you know, something that we're really going to pour our heart and souls into, we're able to do that and have our kids around us, and we're able to, you know, incorporate our kids in what we're doing and how we're working hard. And if we have to work late at night, our kids can sit with us on our, you know, on our laps or next to us, or, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that stressful, like I'm dedicated 8 hours a day, 5 hours a week to someone else's clock. We're trying, you know, it's more the freedom, the flexibility, and being able to have that work-life balance that's really led us to this point in our life.
Right.
And that's scary for me, because I've always been a person where it's like, nope, I got to go to work every single day. I need a guaranteed paycheck. I need this, this, and this. Like, nope, nope, nope. That's who I am and who I was, really. And I'm starting to evolve into a different creature now. And I'm just like, no, I really want to live in life and be able to work with somebody that I absolutely adore and who can become my work home, because that's what I've always searched for. And this is just so natural for both of us. And, you know, there is no negative between us when it comes to this.
Well, it's something I just thought of before. I feel like, I'm surprised we haven't said this to each other before, but I feel like we are the most sensitive, tough people.
Yeah.
Like, we're so sensitive. We're big softies and we're very emotional, but we are tough bitches. Like, and I was used to be afraid of that word.
Yeah, no.
We'll talk about that in another show too, but, you know, we want to inspire people, regardless of your background, regardless of your age, race, gender, any of that stuff. Like, this isn't a show or a shop just for women. I mean, this stuff applies to everybody. Yeah, but I want to inspire people to take risks, to have the courage to pursue their wildest dreams, to even dream, because I didn't do that for a long time.
Me neither.
I didn't dream. I was just like, okay, I'm working, I'm married, I have a kid, I get paid.
I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do, but really not living.
Right, yeah. I felt like my awakening, my spiritual awakening, was really when I became alive. Mm-hmm. And since then, so many great things have happened. All right, so for our next section, we want to talk about who we are and then also our backstory as friends. Jen, do you want to start that?
Sure. I am Jen and a mom. I've been a mom since I was 18 years old. I have 2 boys. They're the best thing that happened in my life. And I love all of the things that we are going to talk about in our future episodes. And I'm really into trying to help heal people and find their light inside. But that's just a little bit about me, and Nicole's going to take over and tell you about her.
So obviously I'm Nicole, and I'm also a mom. I became a mom at the age of 25, just as I was finishing my associate's degree, and then I'm still really proud that I went on to do my bachelor's. So I have a bachelor's in business, and I'm really glad that I'm using it to my advantage for this, because I never wanted to be in business. Like, seriously, I was like, I wanted to help people. I'm like, how is business going to help people? I thought it was all about money, and the corporate culture is just kind of sucks, to be honest. But anyways, so yeah, I went to Elmhurst College for that. I love, I've been in therapy for, I actually haven't been in therapy for a while. I used to go to therapy, right? And like, I remember one therapist saying, you know, I should meditate. And I'm still a half-assed meditator. But at the time when she told me about this many, many years ago, I was like, I can't. I thought I could not do that, right? So it's like, I was getting in my own way a lot. And now the last couple of years, I've really started to follow philosophy. I'm a huge Alan Watts fan, thanks to my favorite band, Nothing More. And music is a huge part of my life.
Same.
Music has been such an influence. We're going to do that as like its own show. Yeah. My gosh, because music can do so many things.
Yes.
But I love music. I love animals. I have too many of them. We were both from Bensonville. So our story, we grew up together.
Yes.
We became friends in middle school, and
we did an 8th grade talent show together.
Yes.
we were on student council together. Whenever we had to go somewhere for student council, we roomed together. Oh
God, so many good memories just came up, especially from that one St. Louis trip.
The St. Louis trip was so much fun. And then we got to high school, and obviously both had different, we're different friends, but we were still friends, and we just went on our normal high school adventures and kind of drifted apart. Mm-hmm. And then
reconnected when I had my son.
when she had her son, and ever since then we've been connected.
Well, hang on, you can't just stop it there. I mean, she was my first nanny.
Oh, true.
We hadn't seen each other in years, but she was a stay-at-home mom at the time, and I needed a nanny for my new infant. And she's so great with kids and so great with babies. She ended up becoming a nanny for several other people afterwards, before getting back to working full time.
Yes.
But so she was my son's first nanny, and a chair just fell. Sorry.
Edit.
Yeah, we'll take that out maybe. So she was my son's first nanny, and then, when it came time for her to return to work, my son went to daycare, and we were still friends, still kept in touch.
Yeah.
But and we hung out every now and then. Then our sons got into karate together last year.
Yep.
And then that's really when we became close, seeing each other a couple times a week at karate. And then I told you about the shop, right? Yeah. And so now,
but now crazy about it.
Yes. But it's like, we feel like we are soul sisters, right?
Yeah, seriously, it's weird.
It's really awesome.
It's crazy how, like, someone can be in your life at certain points and then you drift apart and then you come back together, and it's just like, you should have been, like, she's been here the whole time, you know? You've been here the whole time. And now we actually have the time to be with each other more often and put in the effort and thrive. And
grow off of each other's energy. Feed off each other's positive energy, and like help each other really well. Yeah, navigate through the challenges of life, which crazy enough, we've had a bunch of them in the last couple of weeks as we've been starting this. It's like we're almost like being tested. You know, what do we got? Are we really going to go through with this?
Are we really made for this?
And we think we are. Yeah. We wanted to make sure we talked about in this first intro video what we don't want to do, like what are not our goals. We don't want to impose our beliefs on others, right? Like, we're here to explore our spirituality and to help other people do the same. You know, I subscribe to what I feel is like an eclectic and very unique set of beliefs. I don't want to tell you what the labels I might choose are, because I also don't want people mistakenly judging me based on labels, right? I feel like what I believe is right for me, and I respect what other people choose to believe. Some people, you know, subscribe to the beliefs that their family teaches them, from birth for their entire lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel I do believe in omnism, which means that there's truth in all religions, and that no one religion is the truth.
Right.
So I would say that. So that's why I've studied multiple different religions and multiple ways of thinking to find what I feel like the answers. I feel like that's also changing I'm constantly learning new things that change what I used to know, right? It's like the more I think, the more I learn, and the more I know, right? The
more you educate yourself on different things, and the more open-minded you are, you would be very surprised at what you can believe in that isn't something that is ideally of what you've been naturally taught to believe.
Right. And even the things I believe now, like 10 years ago, every year it's totally different for me.
Yeah. Because we're constantly evolving, and we're constantly doing self-improvements, you know, doing exercises, reading books, you know, practicing things that make us happy and make us feel better in general. And that's the reason why it is the way it is.
Right. So yeah, we don't want to impose our beliefs on anybody.
But we want to open your minds.
Yes. We are all about equality and openness and acceptance and no judgment. Don't be an asshole to us. We won't be an asshole to you.
But we know how to be assholes because we're moms.
Yeah. We're raising tiny assholes. That's why I had to toughen up. So we don't want to come off as weird or as witches.
Yeah, we want to come off as, you know, this is healing. We're healing. We've healed ourselves. We're continuing to heal ourselves, and we just want to share the healing aspects of everything that may be woo-woo or witchcrafty, because there's a light side to everything.
Well, and I do believe in the Wiccan Read. Wicca is a part of my religion. It's not the only thing I believe in. But the Wicca is actually the worship of nature. We're going to do a whole segment on that. But it's actually worship of nature and to gods, to wrap it up into a very, very brief thing.
Summary.
But it's so Wiccan Read is any harm none, do what you will. So as long as you don't hurt anybody else, do whatever you want. And so that, as like one of the like rules of my life, does so much, right? Like, is what I'm going to do hurt anybody else? No, well, then why not do it? Why not make myself happy doing this thing? You know, people might get upset, but it's like, did it hurt them? Like, did it really have any impact on them? No, they just want to judge, right? So there's a difference there. But anyways, we don't want to, definitely not trying to say that this show or this shop is just for people who are Wiccan or pagan or non-Christian or whatever. I don't care what your background is. I think there's something for you here.
There's something for everyone here, regardless of your religion or beliefs or what your background is.
Yeah, you could believe in you could be an atheist, and these will still help for your stress management.
Exactly.
It's fun too. I love it. So then we are not entirely anti-modern medicine.
No.
And we're not misguided, okay?
No. Definitely not. Definitely not. Again,
we're maybe a little misunderstood.
12 years in the medical field for me, did a lot of, you know, good and bad and experience, and you know, you're very well educated, you know, with a lot of the things that we are doing in our shop. So
so we're not crazy ladies, but we are not doctors. Nothing.
We're
that
not therapists.
Yes, so please, like, you try what works for you. That's again why we love DIYers. You know, try this stuff out. Really, nothing we sell could harm you. I mean, but there are some things. I mean, if you take certain medications, consult with your doctor. Yes. Like especially the essential oils. Before you take some of them, consult with your doctor. If you're breastfeeding or pregnant, obviously, some things you should talk to your doctor about. So we do support, you know, having a doctor as part of your overall health and wellness. Just yes. So now we wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Alternative Zen, like our plan and how we're working right now. Okay, so we have our online shop.
Yes.
Right? We are going to be doing pop-ups, which, you know, we're going to start, like my gym already approved. We're going to schedule some time to be over at my gym in Elmhurst, LA Fitness. We're going to go to like fairs.
Yes.
We're probably going to do garage sale kind of style here at my house.
Yes.
We are allowing you to shop at my house or at your house. We'll bring most of the stuff to you by appointment. So if if you see something on, like you want to buy, but like you're not ready to buy online, like because you want to pick out what you want, then just have us come. We'll wear our masks. You know, we'll be totally respectful. Make sure our hands are washed and that we're in good health. And then you could shop at your convenience at your house or ours by appointment. But our real plan, we really do want to bring this as a shop, like as a physical location shop to you in the Bensonville, Elmhurst area. I wish we could start that right now, but with people not going out in public as much, and that being expensive, like we need to build a following. We need to, you know, tell people that we're here and drive traffic to our website, have the funds to be able to pay the bills. Because here's the thing. I don't want to go into more debt.
No.
Like, I want to have this, I want to be cash flow positive. I don't want to go into any more debt. Like, I feel like we can do this totally organically. I'm big on bootstrapping it. It's just the survivor in me. And so, like, I know if we work hard, that we can achieve anything. And so we're, you know, I don't know if you picked up on it. We're kind of like motivational. We like to motivate and encourage other people to kind of do the same.
Always.
If you want to be a good leader, if you want people to follow you, I think you got to lead by example.
Exactly.
Do what you say you're going to do, lead by example. And so yeah, we are bootstrapping it. We are going to build this into something really awesome. So we will have a little shop people can come and learn about things and touch and feel
and sit and read a couple pages out of one of the books that you're interested in to see if you want to take it home with you. You know,
I want to have like a meditation room.
It's so many things that are in the future works that we are really excited to share.
Yeah. Oh, and we want to do like free events and stuff, like free yoga. Because, I mean, you could go to a yoga studio, or, I mean, Jen, she wants to become a certified yoga teacher.
I will be certified probably by the end of fall.
Yeah.
We're hoping. We just got a lot on our plate right now, but that's going to be in the works soon.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that we're going to grow into and that we're going to become, that's going to be really fun, that we're going to be able to offer to you guys, whether as a service or just as like a guide or a teacher.
Yeah, because yoga is really something that really, really helps me so much. Along with everything else that I practice,
meditation,
and it really is, and there are so many moves in meditation. There is something that's called meditation, like moving meditation. You know,
there's lots of different meditations. I don't even know all of them. And like I said, I'm half-assed meditator, but I'm trying to get better. So I'm gonna lead by example. I'm gonna talk about my experiences. So then, we got this weekly show. We want to put it on the different social media platforms. We want to be on YouTube. We want it to be a podcast. We hope that people find us entertaining and educational.
Ridiculous at the same time, because I know I'm ridiculous, so.
Fun. We're fun. Yeah, we want to promote other vendors, you know, so this isn't just about us. I mean, we want to, Together we rise.
Exactly.
Like, I love that as a theme. That was actually a theme for my fundraiser for my first business. Together we rise, a hashtag I love. It's just a mind frame that I love. And also, we want to inspire people to recycle, to pick up garbage, to take care of the planet. We are going to have eco-friendly products. We are going to be recycling our stuff. you know, so like packaging and whatnot, because that also, I mean, not only is it better for the planet, but it also keeps our costs down, so that way we can keep your rates down.
And keep bringing in new products that we would like to bring into the shop and add to our product line.
Yeah, because I mean, you guys have probably been eyeing behind us this whole time. That we have a product table back there. We're going to show you in just a little bit. So these products, this is just the start. This isn't even everything that we have, right? So everything that's on our website, we do physically have. There's no drop shipping. There is no, like, we're not using sketchy things. We are selling good, we're trying to sell good quality stuff. And if it's not like the best quality, it will be priced accordingly, right? But we have lots of amazing products. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, we have, in our business plan, there's so many things, you know, massagers and different things that maybe are more expensive that we just couldn't get our hands on right away, especially because we're trying to buy wholesale, so that way we can, you know, again, sell at affordable rates. And, you know, it wouldn't make sense for us to buy onesie twosie from, of certain things.
Right.
There's like limits, there's a lot of rules that go into, and regulations that go into having a retail store. So yeah, I mean, I think that's about it for our shop and our plan for now. But ultimately, we are online right now. You can shop in person though if you really want to. I keep looking at the center of the, and I should be looking over there. That's okay.
Me too.
But call us, email us, let us know if you have any questions. We're constantly adding new things. We are always going to be having some special of one way or another. Right now it is May 2021, and we have 15% off of the entire store, which, you know, to celebrate our launch. And then we're also doing free local delivery for Chicago.
Yes.
And, you know, we have so many ideas, so much potential, and we really can't wait to bring it all to life.
And share everything with you and share the journey with you.
All right, here we are. We are in front of this lovely product table that we have set up. So actually, Jen, you know, no, we could just bring things forward. So we do have a lot of our products here, and but this is not everything. So obviously over here, I mean, we have essential oils. We do promote doTERRA essential oils. Again, that's what I'm a wellness advocate for. It's what I've been using.
Soon to be wellness advocate.
And so I've been using for multiple years. I do believe in essential oils as medicine. I mean, they're the essence of natural medicines. They're not chemicals. They are high grade, therapeutic. I do take them internally. You know, people can choose whether or not they do or don't want to do that. We can teach you about the ones.
Internally.
Yeah, we can teach you. There's like guides like this little book here that teach you about which ones are safe to be taken internally, which ones should be
diluted,
safe, to be diluted. That it can be aromatic. That can be
topical,
put on your skin. Yeah. So, you know, there's a learning curve a little bit with essential oils, but it's not that hard. And like for me, just the best way to learn is to use these little, I call my oil Bibles. And they have listed in them like pretty much different conditions. And so like if I have acne, I can go to A for acne, and it'll tell me the protocol I need to take with my essential oils for that. So just practicing using them, you know, self-treating myself has really helped. Again, I do still see my doctor. She supports me being into natural stuff. Obviously, I know my limits. I also, you know, you really can't overdose on essential oils, right? But there's certain ones you can't take with certain medications. So, you know, you do
have to be careful.
Be careful. You need to be educated. You can't just be swallowing a bunch of oils. You can't just be, you know, just doing this. You can't do this with any brand too. Like I can't go to a department store and just buy oils off the shelf and take them internally. And a lot of them I wouldn't even want to put on my skin. They're so low quality. Right. But this stuff is, you know, doTERRA is therapeutic grade. It is worth the money. We are not going to be promoting any cheaper brands, even though there are cheaper ones out there. We are happy to steer you that way if that's something that you need or want.
But we
for us,
firmly
doTERRA,
love doTERRA.
Yeah, and so we really hope that you'll come to us for your oils. If you already have an advocate, totally understand. Just keep using them. They really are awesome. We're happy to support your oil adventure and whatever you choose to use. We have accessories. We have the little oil Bibles or encyclopedias, and a lot of resources that we can help you out with. So oils, we got those. These are just some decorations, right? But then we've got pendulums. Let me bring some up front here. So this is just an example of some of our pendulums. I mean, they're not super fancy, and they are affordable. They are nice little starter pendulums. This is a rose quartz pendulum. And then here's a tiger's eye pendulum. So pendulums can help you tap into your subconscious and to your inner knowing. One of the things I do believe is that we are all connected. We are all a part of the universe and of God. You know, he's in the higher power, whatever you choose to call it, I think is a part of all of us, and that is how, and we're all energy ultimately. It's
yes,
we're all
energy. Yes.
And so
and it's how you cultivate your energy is what you put out into the world. The vibrations, they speak back to you. So if you're putting out those negative vibrations, the world's going to give you the negative vibrations. You're putting out the positive vibrations, the world is going to give you the positive vibrations back.
What you put out really does come back.
Yes.
And so with the pendulums, they help you tap into, a lot of these tools actually help you tap into your subconscious, help you tap into an inner knowing, that maybe just because we're in, you know, we're so used to this, you know, things being black and white, and things being, you know, here or there, you know, and we're just stressed. Stress can really shut us down, from accessing. So these tools are great to help us channel our energy and to find the answers we're seeking. I'm going to just put these down back here. So we do have crystals, so if we want to bring some of those forward. So we've got, you know, amethyst, rose quartz, citrine,
hematite.
Sorry. You want to show this one?
Tiger's eye and carnelian,
yep. And then clear quartz. I mean, clear quartz is pretty much it's like the king of us crystals, kind of like how frankincense is the king of oils. We do have, we just got these in stock. I'm so excited. I've had this crystal Bible for forever, and now we have Crystal Bible 1 and 2. This tells you all the different properties, both physical and metaphysical, spiritual, of the different crystals. And
these are what we use to reference for our crystals on our page. And when we send them to you, you all receive these little tiny cards that explain what the crystal is and all of the properties that it is attuned to.
Not all of them. We did
some of them.
Yeah.
Some of the basic ones, the ones that, you know, speak the most, you know, truth to the crystal as much as we feel.
Yeah, so I think that if you are going to use crystals as part of your spiritual practice, if you want to collect them like I do, and I should have had my collection here to show you guys. Like my collection, I've been growing it over years.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. I'm like envious of it. I can't wait to collect all of the same ones.
Yeah. But you know, I feel, and so I'm not the best at it. Like I don't have all this stuff memorized.
It's hard to memorize everything, and this is why we have these tools for you, because even though we've been practicing, she's been practicing the, you know, crystals longer than I have, it's really, really hard to just remember what everything is. And so it's great to have these tools and, you know, references.
So I definitely would encourage people in crystals, get at least the first crystal Bible. You get them both. That'd be awesome. So we got charging plates. So, I mean, our crystals are in some of these. Here's our round selenite charging plate. You want to model that for me, Vanna? And then we also have the selenite wand. So crystals do absorb energy, and they also give off energy. And the selenite charging plates help recharge your crystals. But another great way to do that, I mean, selenite is water soluble, so you're not supposed to like soak in water. There are some crystals that are. The crystal Bibles will tell you, and we can also find for you how to best cleanse your crystals. But you can cleanse and charge your crystals. You can cleanse them in running water or salt water. If you want to charge them, you can charge them in the sunlight. You can charge them in the moonlight. You can place them on your selenite charging plate to charge them.
There are certain crystals you do have to be careful with setting them out in the sun for too long. I did not know that amethyst is one to fade. Nicole educated me on that. I do like to let my crystals sit on my windowsill when the sun is beaming in at its highest point in the day.
It's very pretty.
It's just so pretty, and they just shine so beautifully, and then you're just like, ah, it's just like, ah, in your whole house, you know.
Yeah, I've become a daytime person. I've become an early morning riser, but like I love charging mine in the moonlight, especially the full moon or the new moon. That's when I was like, oh, it's a whole full moon, and I put my crystals out.
Yeah.
Well, funny story, a little side here. I used to put all my crystals out like on a towel, charge in moonlight, and when I didn't know what they were, like I was scared to put them out because I was like, how do I put them back and know what they are?
Right.
You know, but now, like, thank goodness, like, I'm like, oh, this is black tourmaline, this is my blue gold stain, this is my peridot, you know, so I put them back in their little chamber essentially a tackle box. Right. The tackle box is, I mean, use whatever is at your disposal. I have a tackle box to keep all my different crystals compartmentalized and labeled, so that way other people, when they check it out, they're like, oh, this is this, and so yeah. So then over here, we have, if you're on our Facebook page, we have Coventry Creations affirmation photos. We have 10 of these guys. This is the Inner Balance one.
They smell amazing. Obsessed, you guys. If you want good smelling candles that are going to help you, I mean, they help us. These are it.
Well, yeah, like I said, the money draw candle was the candle that started this all. And each of these come with an affirmation. Like money draw is, as I light this flame, I ask the universe to send a path to wealth without end, right? And so we'll give you the little cards that have the affirmations to go with them. You can buy them individually. I think they're $3.50 each, and then we have the set for like $33 for all 10 of them.
Yes, which is awesome.
Yes. So we have happiness and inner balance and healing,
spiritual cleansing,
love, happy home,
attraction and love,
protection,
emotional balance. Yep. This one is happiness.
Yeah, the yellow.
And it makes sense. It all makes sense, you know.
Well, different colors have different meanings.
Yes, they do.
Just like, you know,
I've recently been educating myself about
chakras,
auras, and chakras. I've been educating myself about chakras for quite some time since this journey started, but recently auras have become something that I'm really, really interested in, and I've been reading about what the different colors mean. And intuitively, I already felt a specific color means a specific thing or something, or, you know, a specific color is either positive or negative. And so it's really interesting to see that all of this is completely like intertwined. Your chakras, like these affirmation votive candles, auras and all of their colors, everything is very intertwined and mixed in different ways that you wouldn't realize until you start learning about it.
Right. And chakras, okay, so when I first started reading about Wicca, like more than 10 years ago, chakras seemed weird to me.
Right.
Like energy. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what a chakra is, like you have energy centers in your body, right? So there are 7 main chakras. There's technically more, but most people focus on 7 main chakras. They correspond with the 7 colors of the rainbow. Again, everything in nature, everything's linked, everything's synchronistic. And so you have your crown chakra, your third eye, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, like where your diaphragm is. Then you have your sacral chakra behind your belly button, and then you have your root chakra, which is at your tailbone. I mean, it could technically be at your feet, but they all have different meanings. They have different colors, but ultimately, when you think of it, it's like, so if you start root up, it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So yeah, chakras are your energy centers. The candles and colors correspond to help you balance your chakras. And they do have different physical ailments are tied to chakras being in or out of balance, having too much or too little. It's just really fun to to study this stuff.
We have our Oracle decks. This is one of my favorites.
So that's the one that I bought, Jen, actually. So
this
of course she's biased. Deck.
I am biased, but they're just beautiful cards. They really are, and the messages that you receive from this deck are extremely overwhelming sometimes.
Like so spot on.
So spot on that you're just like, whoa, this is kind of weird and crazy and awesome.
So I started doing, and I got you into the daily journaling with my Oracle decks. So I have this Divine Circus. Alana Fairchild, both those are by her. She's an amazing artist and medium, psychic medium. And so my favorite decks are by her. I just got the Sacred Rebels deck from the shop for Mother's Day. That was my early Mother's Day present. Gorgeous. But before that, I was using the Lightworker Oracle, which is currently sold out. We're working on getting back in store, and that I work with every morning. And then I also do my spirit animal, draw a spirit animal every morning. It's just so much fun to play. I love I love
to
playing
play
with the
them.
cards.
Yeah, and also I've been practicing like reading my family members and certain different people, and with the Spirit of the Animals deck, and it's just very interesting to see the reactions when I did my own first reading. The cards that I pulled were spot on to the specific points of time in my life that they were at, and you know, my mother energy and my father energy were spot on. That, you know, right on my parents. You know, it was crazy, and it was just very uplifting to.
Well, we have very positive decks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
very,
I think a lot of people don't understand tarot. They think that you have to know all these tarot spreads, like, or you have to read for other people. No, like, I feel like you playing with the cards for
and
myself
for
is awesome. I mean, I got my first tarot deck a few years ago for my boyfriend, and like I used it every couple months. I also have an I Ching deck of cards, but it's kind of more cynical, and so like I really do love starting my day out playing with my oracle cards, practicing whatever, just spending time meditating with my cards. You know, meditation, if you get a card and you sit there and you just think on it, you know, the answers will come to you. That's part of meditation for me. Like, it gives me kind of a mantra, it gives me a mood, it sets a tone for what I want to focus my meditation or my prayer session on. I don't know what you want to call it. For me, it's my morning meditation with my oracle cards.
And self-care.
It's awesome.
It's self-care too. And that's another thing that we really want to, you know, I would really like us to touch on, something that we've probably talked about in the past as well, is a lot of these things are some form of self-care for us too at the same time, because we're interested in all of these things. It makes us happy. And those things that incorporate so much positivity in your life, you don't even think that it's self-care, but it is. At least I see it that way. And then another favorite thing that we have is this wonderful, beautiful, look at this beautiful basket.
Oh my God, you're so cute. See, I love being around her. She's awesome. She's funny and sweet and cute.
I make voices. My faces are ridiculous, so
I do sound
you're going to be in for a ride. I do really ridiculous voices sometimes. But this basket of beautiful sage, it smells good.
So funny. Well, this is sage to help cleanse your space, to help rid of negativity.
It smells amazing.
It does. It does. So we've got regular sage, and then we've got sage with rose petals. The sage with rose petals we put in part of our Mother's Day gift sets this year, and it's been a huge seller.
Yes. So go ahead and get yours.
Yes, yes. The sage, the regular sage is $5.50 a stick, and then the full size, not full size, they're all full size.
The rose petals.
The rose petals, $9.50, so it's $6. And then we've also got a little thing of feathers over there if you want to get a feather to help with your smudging, but they will come with little cards that instruct you how to use your sage. Now, every time you're doing a cleansing, you're not going to be using a whole thing of sage, right? No. So you're just going to light the tip, and it's going to burn like an ember, like an incense. You're going to waft the smoke around your house and your space, and then you're going to see, we're having fun at this now because our nerves have kind of gone away. But then you're going to put it out. You're going to save it, and next time you're going to use this. This is going to last you probably a while, depending on how much you burn it.
And how much you want to cleanse your space. Or if you feel that, like, once you cleanse it, you might be okay for a few weeks. And then, you know, then you start to notice, like, oh man, I'm starting to feel really, you know, angry or, like, agitated or frustrated. And then come to your sage. Be like, oh, I have sage. Cleanse your area, cleanse your space, open your windows, and with intention, clear yourself of those, you know, negativity, those negative thoughts and stuff like that. That's the importance of these things.
Yes. The one last thing, I mean, we can't show you every book we have, but we have a ton of books. I love books, okay? So I would say anything by Alan Watts is awesome. That's the Spirit of Zen. Can you grab me Zen and the Art of Happiness, please? That one on the end.
Yes, ma'am.
So Zen and the Art of Happiness, again, my grandfather gave me this book a couple years ago, and I didn't read it right away, but then when I finally worked up to reading it, I was like, oh my God, it changed my life. I give this all the time as a gift to people. It's one I think everybody should read. It helps you, again, with the reprogramming of your brain, of your neural pathways, to understand that that everything in your life, even the bad stuff, ends up being for a long-term benefit. That was a huge game changer for me. So that's Zen, the Art of Happiness by Chris Prentice. I feel like I'm doing an infomercial for him. And then Alan Watts. and well, I have to, I mean, promote them because they've changed my life.
Can't see these in the back, but we do have some yoga mats available. They aren't on the site yet. We're going to get them up there. We didn't get a huge stock of them, just because we weren't sure
how popular they would be. But we just want to make sure to have a little bit of everything. Yes. Well, we need more massage things. Right now, what we do have Gouache Tools. So guys, I love gouache. I got Jen into it. So she's got the little fish. So gouache, these are made of black obsidian, and so I'll use like oil or lotion.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, they have different shapes for like they're good for different spots of the body, right? Like I use which one do I usually use for my?
I use this one for my face.
I use that for my body. I use that for my body, like my limbs, my arms. I think this one for my face because it's like thinner and like it has more curves. I like using this one with like little combs for like the top of my head, like to and so yeah, and this one's really good for like acupressure points like on the ankles or behind the ears. But I'll literally just like sit there and just, I mean, whether I've smoked some marijuana or had a drink or if I'm just stressed out, I feel tension, I'll just sit on the couch while I'm watching TV, just like massage out. It helps move the scar tissue. It helps move the stagnated energy.
Drains your lymphatic system.
Helps with lymphatic drainage.
Lymphatic drainage is huge. A lot of people don't realize in the body that the lymphatic system really builds up all of the toxins, and we don't really release those toxins as often as we should, and these tools really help that, along with certain foods that you're supposed to put into your body as well to help that drain that. And a lot of people don't realize that you could be angry, crabby, frustrated, whatever the case is, because you have too many toxins built up.
Right. Well, I was going to say, especially when our diets, our busy lives, like most people, we're not eating the right foods. We are just we're drinking or smoking, eating processed foods, just even being outside sometimes. And like in Chicago, there's a lot of pollution from all the cars. We're taking in so many toxins every day. Most people aren't taking quality vitamins. A lot of people are doing one-a-days. But yeah, our toxins sit in our lymphatic system, sit in our organs. So even though this massages the skin, it generates blood flow also to the area of the body that you've done the gouache, which can help with the healing. It just feels amazing. This has been a part of my health and beauty routine.
And this is newly incorporated into mine so that I can try to sculpt this cute little jaw here and, make sure that we don't have a...
You're so funny. So we have a lot more books on healing, on tarot, on overcoming things, on depression, on reflexology, on Reiki, on
our
crystals, pendulums.
On our pendulums. Everything that you could probably think of, we have a book about.
Yeah, and we're going to continue to grow the book section. Again, I'm a bookworm.
I love books as well. Especially with information that really catches my eye, and just gives me more information for my brain. Like, I am about to grow my book collection immensely just because I was like, oh, I don't have a crystal Bible. I need a crystal Bible. I have an oil Bible. But, and just things about like pendulums and, there's all kinds of books that are really, really beneficial that we carry, that have helped both of us.
Yeah, and so even if you don't want to buy the book from us, like if you want to get an audiobook from an audio source of some kind, I mean, come to us and we can recommend stuff for you that we've read, or that we want to read. Because honestly, every book we carry in the store, I mean, I've procured myself. I've read a lot of them, but everything we have, either I've read it or I want to read it.
Exactly.
So like, it's just part of my growth, my venture. Like, they're sitting on my shelf right now in my house. It's like, I want to read them all. I don't possibly have the time. But one trick, I mean, you said, you're like, oh, you're so, you read so many books. I don't know how you do it.
Right.
And I told her the trick is sometimes I read multiple books at a time.
And that was the like, ding, light bulb. I was like,
hang on, here's
genius.
But it's not just that, read multiple books at a time. It's if you get stuck or if you get bored with a book, don't be afraid to put it down, to put that bookmark in, put it on the shelf, and then start something else. You know, because you'll come back to it when you're ready for it. I do that all the time. Sometimes I have to restart books over. Sometimes, I mean, I'll be reading one book and it takes me forever to read it because I'm just not that engaged with it. Right. But I'll get through another one super quick because it's like really applicable. It just, don't be afraid to read more than one book at a time. Don't be afraid to go back to something, and don't be afraid to stop if something's not working for you at that moment in time. Because there's, trust me, I think I'm pretty smart. I'm like to my own horn, but there's some books I read, especially by philosophers, that it's so complicated the way they write. Right. Or sometimes something's like interpreted from like Japanese, especially that where the English it's written in a weird way. Right. And so it might be hard for me to process, or maybe when I'm reading it, I'm tired. Right, so it's just like I don't get the lessons, but if I go back and reread some things later with a different perspective, I get it, and I like it so much more. So yeah, I mean, and so what else? I mean, we have a list here. So we also, so everything here we want to have. Eventually, we're going to have some more meditation tools. Her mom's actually making custom meditation pillows. I've got a friend who is making upcycled bottle candles that are etched, glass etched, for the Gemini symbols, and then just for different sayings. We've got another friend who is going to be making like candle holders, yes, and incense bars,
and just like crystal holders, and just these cute little, like we have a cute little box that just they're gorgeous.
Oh, we do, and we don't have them up here, but we do have bath salts. We have bath salts. We have shower melts. We are making those, but you know, based on demand, pretty much. So they are fresh. We are going to be making we're going to be having like probably like DIY kits, like give you the ingredients to make your stuff at home. We want to share recipes with you. Again, we're here for those health, you know, the stress management, health DIYers.
Yeah, natural wellness. You know, we'll eventually teach you how we, you know, internally take some of our oils or topically apply some of our oils and, you know, diffuse them, or you know, and then we'll definitely expand on the other things that we use.
Right. And now, again, I've said this before, we maybe not everything's for you, okay? But just because you may not be into essential oils, you still want to take over the counter medications, like that's fine. I choose not to do that. Like literally, I only use essential oils for my medicine, and I'm the healthiest I've been. Like I've gotten over stuff that they said was like life,
like life altering, like fibromyalgia. You've been diagnosed with that.
Oh God, that pain, and I don't have it anymore because like it's crazy. Just because I worked with the stuff in my head that was causing the physical pain. I swear that's what it was. It was the stress, and it was the lifestyle that I was living that caused me to manifest that pain all throughout my body. Right. My doctors are very impressed, really, with how far I've come. So that's great. Yeah, we got a lot of different things. We're open to suggestions. Oh, and decor too. Yes. We these signs, these are all up for sale, but I do keep them in my house just because. Even though it's funny, because I'm like a biker chick, and I like lace, and I like black, and I like heavy metal.
My entire wardrobe is usually black. You're gonna see me in a lot of black. I'm gonna try to change it up for the summer and you know next videos, but black.
It just works. But I embrace color into my life and light. And so these are all very light pictures, but you know, they're very inspirational. They are very beautiful. You know, coming from the darkness into light.
They promote positivity. They're promoting happy. They're promoting healing. They're promoting things, you know, that you should see every day, that you and give you those reminders if you can't remind yourself. You know, I have a relax sign in my house that is very, very similar to this, actually. And we also, in the future, want to provide like certain crystal type jewelry, something that's similar to this, you know?
Yeah, it's just we're making sure that the price is right. We're making sure the quality is right.
We want the right quality, the right price, and just to make sure that it's a good product overall and something that we really want to put in the store.
All right, so this has been a really fun, awesome recording this first session of the Alternative Zen show, and we just wanted to wrap it up with, you know, we ultimately want to help others on their self-improvement, their wellness journey, their self-healing journey, their spirituality, whatever that may be. I mean, life is a journey. Life is about the climb. We have a lot of different products. We're going to be getting more in. We thrive on your input and feedback. So if there's something you're looking for, let us know. If we don't have it, we will find it, or we are not opposed to steering you guys to a competitor. If it, you know, we just want to help make sure you get the right thing. So, you know, we talked about where we came from, we talked about who we are, we talked about what we do, how we're doing this, yeah, everything. And what we're in future shows, we're going to be focusing on one topic, probably for a half hour to an hour, and we're going to have guests on the show at some point. And we also want to save time on future shows for like a Q&A. So if you have any questions you want us to address and answer on our show, you know, feel free to email, message, or comment on this video, and let us know if you are okay with sharing your name or if you want to be anonymous. But we would love to answer your questions. So Jen, do you want to?
Yes, we're going to just do a little closing, a few closing thoughts for Alternative Zen. Sometimes we do have to force ourselves to not let the darkness take over. We have to consciously reprogram our brains to think differently. Instead of self-defeating, remind ourselves that we can survive.
So nothing has ever felt more certain, or like it was meant for us, than Alternative Zen, like to be here doing this now. We want others to break free from being stuck, because that's where we were. It's hard, but it's so worth it. Like
the freedom, you just feel freer. You're just freer.
We want others to do what makes them happy. We want people to chase their dreams. We want people to find. I mean, we're going to be growing and changing as this happens, guys, because we are finding who we really are underneath our life's programming and all the people that have influenced us, right? So we are always aiming to be authentic, but that may change as we are continuously evolving. But we want you to, we want you to also find your authenticity, and to follow your dreams. And then the last thing, this quote, and I think it's so cool. I'm like, oh, I've always wanted to be somebody's people quote. And I'm like, you know, it unintentionally happens now. But this one, we both thought was great yesterday. So stop hating your life. Stop bearing your pain. Feel it and heal it, then let it go. Like, because we've both been there. We've hated our lives.
So many times.
We've just been stuck in the pain. We really do need to let it go. There's still so much we've got to let go. But I look forward to doing that with you and with whoever else on this with us.
We're not perfect. We're not here to act like we have every single answer for you, because we don't. And we're still on our path and our journey as well. And we just want to share the light and share the love, and want everybody to try to think with love and act with love, and treat others that way, even if they don't treat you that way, because it will come back to you in an abundance of things, in, you know, just everything that you do, you'll be able to see the light shining if that's the way that you live.
Well, I got this, I've talked about how I love tattoos, so I'm going to show this one real quick. This is my lightsaber. Okay. It didn't show that well. But anyways, it reminds me, one of my heroes is Martin Luther King Jr. And my favorite quote by him is, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So be light, be love, and be with us." We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.